interesting real-life fact. Anytime you do something that involves gravity, you will make a quadratic equation with an x squared. This is true every single time. So here you are, there is a person, there they are standing on this cliff. Let's make them, yeah, there we go, they're happy. They're standing on the cliff that happens to be 55 meters high. They throw a stone up in the air, and a few seconds later, their silly friend at the bottom tries to catch it. This is not a good game, okay? Because that stone is going to be going pretty fast by the time it gets to the bottom of the cliff, and will not hurt, well, will hurt a little bit if you try to catch it. So not a good idea. But we want to find out, okay, person who stands on the cliff, throws a stone up in the air, hits the water. Oh, this is water. So your friend is actually in a boat. And maybe they decide not to catch it, but just let the stone hit your wooden boat right in the middle. Uh-oh. Okay? The approximate height of the stone is modeled by this equation, which happens to be a quadratic equation. And so if this is 55 meters high, this is 0.55 on a graph, this would be 0.0 on the graph. When it hits the water, the height is 0. So when will the stone hit the water? Well, we make the height equal to 0, and we have this equation to solve. And first of all, I might move the 5t squared and the 30t to the left side. And I also might remember that life is easier if this 5 isn't here. So what should I do to get rid of that 5? Divide everything by 5. So what do I get? I get t squared minus 6t equals 11, and I leave a space here, and I leave a space here. And in order to get a minus 6, does it make sense? I would need t minus 3, which would mean there has to be a plus 9 in there, which means I also have to add 9 to the other side. Making it equal to 20. I can now square root both sides. Plus or minus the square root of 20. Add the 3. And square root of 20, I should simplify to 2 root 5. But the question asked to put it to a decimal place. So I take out my calculator. And I actually get 2 answers for t, because I have to do one with the positive and one with the negative. I get a possible answer with the positive of 7 point, I guess to the nearest 10, is 7.5. What is time measured in here? Time is measured in seconds. So I need to have units. Or I'll plug in the same thing with the minus sign. And we get 2 answers. Are they both right? Can't have negative time. It's like I threw a stone, and 1.5 seconds before I threw it, it hit the water. That's amazing. How did you do that? Okay, it doesn't make sense in this situation. Okay, what kind of stone are we throwing? A massive boulder. All right, here's your friend. Wood wooden green boat. They're not very smart.
Don't have any sad face people.
Wait, so if it's a magic bolt, they're using like a catapult to launch it?
There they are. The fact that the color red is the same as the color blood has no meaning for this question whatsoever. It's just pure coincidence. Just happened to be wearing a red jumpsuit that day. And the boulder goes. Oh my goodness. Not a good idea. Your friend Fred has perished. In memory of Fred, you can try question